Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we explore all things supply chain, methods, and technology. And today we're going back to the basics with EOQ.
Yes, EOQ.
Economic order quantity.
A classic.
Absolutely. And we've got a bunch of different sources today.
We do.
We've got some comparisons between EOQ and SOQ, some academic research, even a little bit.
Real world.
About how this is applied in the real world.
Yeah, exactly.
And really what we want to do today is figure out, does this still hold up?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it
EOQ?
Is it still relevant?
Right. What are the limitations? And maybe most importantly, how can our listeners use this?
In their day-to-day?
In their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can start with, we've got these two terms, EOQ and SOQ.
Yeah. What are they all about?
What are they, right? What's the difference? How do they work?
Well, it's interesting because they both kind of answer the same question, right? How much should we order?
How much inventory?
But they go about it in very different ways. So EOQ, it's all about the formula, right? You've got this equation, and it's trying to find this perfect order size to keep your inventory cost as low as possible.
Right, so you're balancing those holding costs with the ordering costs.
You got it.
I was looking at the sources we have, and they actually have the equation in there.
Oh, they do?
For people to check out later.
Very helpful.
Yeah, so it's all about finding that sweet spot.
Right.
Where ordering too much
yeah.
costs you just as much as
ordering too little.
Ordering too little and having to constantly reorder.
Exactly. You don't want to be doing that.
But I'm already kind of seeing some hints here.
Oh, yeah.
About the limitations.
Where are you seeing that?
Of EOQ, right? They're talking about stable demand and consistent lead times.
Yeah.
Which isn't really the world we live in.
No. Yeah. Not really, especially these days, right?
Especially these days, right?
Things are changing all the time.
Yeah.
So that's where SOQ comes in. Suggested order quantity, it's a little bit more,
It's flexible?
Flexible, thank you. It relies more on systems and real-time information,
Oh, so it's taking into account all those changes that are always happening.
Yeah, so it's looking at your current inventory levels, what your forecasts are saying.
Okay.
Even how lead times are fluctuating.
So it's almost like EOQ, you've charted a course and you're hoping that...
You hope for the best.
You hope for the best, but SOQ is kind of like...
Like a GPS.
Yeah.
It's rerouting you based on traffic and, accidents in construction.
Exactly.
Yeah, love that analogy.
So it sounds like in our world today where things are constantly changing.
Right.
SOQ might be a little bit better.
It often is, yeah.
But I don't want to dismiss EOQ entirely because this academic paper we have...
Oh, yeah. This one's really interesting.
It takes this idea of EOQ and applies it to a really complex situation.
I know. I was fascinated by this one.
Like way more realistic.
It talks about imperfect quality items.
Right. So you don't always get...
Not everything's perfect.
Exactly.
You got defects.
And it's not just identifying the defect.
No.
They go on and on about...
They really break it down.
The cost of storing the defect. The cost of sending it back.
Sending back to the supplier.
And then even what happens if you have shortages.
Customer back orders.
Yeah.
They factor all that in.
So they're really taking this basic idea of EOQ and expanding it.
They're showing how it can work in a messier world.
Yeah, exactly.
The math in this paper is pretty impressive, though.
It is.
Two different approaches. They end up with the same solution, though.
Yeah.
For figuring out how much to order and how many back orders to allow.
Oh, to minimize profit.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah, right. But I think it shows that even with systems, the sophisticated systems we have.
Absolutely.
Understanding the math behind them.
It can give you a real edge.
Can be really valuable.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really took away from this...
What was that?
Was that they even talk about when it's not a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
To store those defective items.
Like sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah, it costs more to store them.
Than to just write them off.
And to get any value out of them.
Exactly.
And they even talk about how to calculate a minimum selling price.
Oh, yeah, if the supplier won't take those returns.
If the supplier just says, no, we're not taking them back.
You got to make sure you're covered.
How much do you have to charge to make sure you're still making money?
Smart.
And then they even go back
and
show how all of this
kind of ties together.
Ties back to that basic EOQ model.
The classic EOQ.
Yeah. But I also wanted to talk about this other paper we have because it has this really interesting idea.
Oh, yeah, the memory effect.
The memory effect.
I love that they're bringing this in.
Yeah, using something called fractional calculus.
Yeah, a little bit of advanced math there.
I know, but it's such a cool idea.
The idea is fascinating.
Because they're basically saying that past demand fluctuations...
Like what happened before.
Yeah, what happened before.
Can actually be used to make better decisions today.
Yeah.
So it's not just assuming that demand is always going to be the same.
Okay, so instead of saying like, okay, last year we sold this much, so this year we'll probably sell this much.
Right.
Like, no, but last year there was this huge spike and then it dropped and then it went back up. So maybe
we can use that.
we should be ready for that this year.
You got it.
Interesting. So it's like EOQ, but with a little bit more...
A little more intelligence, a little more memory.
A little bit more memory, yeah.
Yeah, and they use that fractional calculus to figure out, how much weight to give to those past experiences.
Okay.
Like how strong should that memory be?
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess what they found was that having some memory...
Yeah, a little bit.
...is helpful.
But too much.
But too much...
...to be a bad thing.
...is bad.
Yeah, you can get stuck in the past.
Right, right. So it's like you want to learn from your mistakes, but you don't want to be trapped by them. Yeah.
Excellent.
They need to be open to...
New possibilities.
New possibilities, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about finding that balance.
Balance is key.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of things in supply chain.
Yeah. And I think this whole idea of memory,
yeah.
I mean, it could really apply to a lot of the decisions.
Oh, absolutely.
Supply chain professionals are making every day.
Like thinking about, past holiday seasons.
Yeah.
How did demand spike then?
How do we prepare for this next one?
Exactly. How much safety stock should we have?
Yeah.
You can use that past information to make smarter decisions.
It's really fascinating.
It is, and it shows how these kind of abstract math concepts can actually have real practical value in the real world.
Absolutely. All right, so we've been talking about some pretty complex stuff, imperfect items and memory effects.
They haven't gone deep.
And fractional calculus, but I think it's time to bring things back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, back to basics.
Yeah, we've got these other sources that talk about EOQ and SOQ in a little bit more practical terms.
Right, more about how to actually use them.
Yeah, strengths, weaknesses, implementation,
The nitty-gritty.
Yeah. What are some of the key takeaways from these?
Well, one thing that really stands out to me is, choosing the right inventory management system.
Yeah.
That's crucial.
Because not all systems are created equal.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You need a system that fits your specific needs.
Right. Like a system that works for a small company might not work for a huge company.
Exactly. You've got to think about how complex your supply chain is.
Right. And are you using EOQ? Are you using SOQ? Are you using some kind of hybrid?
Yeah. What's the right approach for your business?
Yeah. And then there's the whole data issue.
Oh, yeah. Data.
Because both EOQ and SOQ.
They both rely on good data.
They need good data.
You put garbage in, you get garbage out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got to have accurate data on your demand, lead times, costs, all of that.
Yeah, your system has to be able to handle that data.
Right. It needs to be able to process it and make sense of it.
Integration is key.
Yeah.
You want all your systems talking to each other.
So let's move away from the theoretical for a second and talk about some real-world examples.
Always love a good example.
Because I know our sources have a few.
They do. There's one about a bicycle manufacturer.
Okay.
I think it's really interesting.
I'm intrigued.
They make two different models.
Okay.
The Velociraptor and the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay, those are some awesome names.
I know, right?
All right, so what's the scenario?
So the Velociraptor has pretty steady demand.
Okay.
Pretty predictable.
So EOQ would work well there.
Perfect for EOQ.
Yeah.
They can just plug in the numbers, figure out the optimal order quantity.
Keep those costs low.
Exactly.
But the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Ah, yes, the T-Rex.
It's a limited edition collector's item.
Super cool bike.
I bet.
But the demand is much more unpredictable.
So EOQ wouldn't really work there?
Not so much.
Because you don't know how much to order?
You're kind of flying blind, right?
Right. So in that case, SOQ would be a much better choice.
Because it can adapt.
Exactly. They can set a target inventory level and let the system adjust the order quantities as needed.
Based on what's happening.
Real-time demand.
So they're not going to run out of stock.
No stockouts.
But they're also not going to end up with a warehouse full of T-Rexes.
Exactly. Unless that's what they want, of course.
Unless they want a warehouse full of T-Rexes.
Some people might.
So it really shows, EOQ, SOQ, they both have their place.
It's about choosing the right tool for the job.
Right. And understanding your products and your market.
Knowing your business.
Yeah.
But even with the best tools, there are always challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Implementing these things in the real world.
Like what kinds of challenges?
Well, one of the biggest ones is resistance to change.
Oh, yeah. People don't always like change.
Especially if they've been doing things a certain way for a long time.
They're comfortable with what they know.
Exactly. So I guess communication is key.
Communication is huge.
Really explaining the benefits of EOQ and SOQ.
Getting buy-in from the team.
Yeah.
involving everyone in the process.
And, of course, we can't forget about data.
Data is always a challenge.
Data is always a challenge, right? We talked about that before, even with the best systems.
If your data is bad, your results are going to be bad.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
So investing in those systems and processes to make sure your data is accurate.
Data quality is crucial.
Is so important.
Yeah.
And it's not like you set it and forget it either.
No.
You've got to constantly be monitoring and adjusting.
The business world is always changing.
Right.
So you have to be willing to adapt.
Review your results, analyze your data, tweak your approach.
Continuous improvement.
Yeah, it's like fine-tuning an instrument, you know?
I love that analogy.
You've got to make those small adjustments
To keep everything in harmony.
to keep everything running smoothly.
Yeah.
So EOQ and SOQ, they're powerful tools.
They are.
But they're not magic.
No magic bullets.
No magic bullets.
You've got to put in the work.
You've got to plan. You've got to implement.
And you've got to keep learning.
And you've got to keep learning. Yeah, because as we've seen, there's so much more to this.
Oh, yeah. We've just scratched the surface.
Than just those basic formulas.
There's a whole world of advanced concepts and emerging trends.
And that's actually a perfect segue into part 3.
Bring on the future.
Where we're going to explore what's next for EOQ and SOQ.
The future of inventory management.
I can't wait. All right, so welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground with EOQ and SOQ.
We have.
You know, the basics, real-world examples.
Some of the challenges.
Some of the challenges, yeah. But like any field inventory management.
It's always changing.
It's always changing, right? So in this last part, let's look ahead.
To the future.
To the future. What's next?
Crystal ball time.
Yeah, what's coming down the pipeline?
Well, one of the biggest trends we're seeing is artificial intelligence and machine learning.
AI and ML.
AI and ML. They're everywhere these days.
And for good reason. I mean,
they're powerful tools.
They are. And we've got so much data.
Mountains of data.
In the supply chain.
More than ever before.
But it's not just about having the data. It's about
making sense of it.
Making sense of it, yeah.
Using it to make better decisions.
So how are AI and ML being used?
Well, for example, demand forecasting.
Okay.
AI can analyze those huge data sets. Find patterns that we might miss.
So more accurate forecasts.
More accurate forecasts.
What about safety stock?
Oh, yeah. AI can help optimize safety stock levels.
Okay.
Figure out exactly how much you need.
So you're not overstocking.
Or understocking.
And can it actually automate some of these EOQ, SOQ calculations?
Absolutely. That's the really exciting part.
Yeah.
Imagine an EOQ calculation that updates in real time.
Wow.
As AI detects changes in demand.
So it's a dynamic EOQ.
Yeah, like a self-driving EOQ.
I like that.
And then SOQ.
Using machine learning to make those suggestions even better.
Taking into account all sorts of factors. You know.
Weather patterns.
Weather patterns.
Social media trends.
Social media even.
Wow.
It's incredible what's possible.
So it sounds like all this could really free up supply chain professionals.
Oh, absolutely.
To focus on
more strategic stuff.
Yeah.
Building relationships with suppliers.
Okay.
Collaborating better across the supply chain.
Right. So it's not about replacing people.
No.
It's about
augmenting human expertise.
Yeah, giving them better tools.
Exactly.
And speaking of tools,
we've
got to talk about cloud-based inventory management systems.
Oh, yeah. The cloud is huge.
Huge, right?
So many advantages.
Yeah. I mean, compared to those old on-premise systems.
Night and day.
Night and day.
Cloud systems are so much more scalable.
Right. You can easily adjust as your business grows.
And they're more flexible.
Okay.
You can access them from anywhere.
Any device?
It's like having your supply chain in your pocket.
I love that image.
And they're usually more affordable, too.
Often, yeah. Especially for smaller businesses.
So it's like you're getting all this power and flexibility.
Without breaking the bank.
Without breaking the bank, exactly.
Now, let's not forget about collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud systems make it so much easier to share data.
With your suppliers.
With suppliers, with partners, with anyone you need to.
So it's like this connected ecosystem.
Exactly. Everyone's on the same page.
But you know, it's not just about technology.
No.
There are some really interesting conceptual developments happening with EOQ and SOQ as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like what?
Well, there's the economic production quantity, or EPQ.
EPQ, yeah.
It's similar to EOQ, but it's used when you're producing your own inventory.
Okay, so not just ordering it.
Right, so it takes into account your production rate, your setup costs, things like that.
So it's like EOQ, but for manufacturing.
Exactly.
Interesting. And what else?
Well, there's also the dynamic lot size model. Okay.
This one's used when demand is really fluctuating a lot.
So instead of using a fixed order quantity, like EOQ,
You adjust your orders over time
based on what's happening.
based on the demand patterns.
So it's like SOQ, but even more dynamic.
Exactly.
Cool.
And then we have the economic lot scheduling problem, or ELSP.
ELSP, okay. This sounds complex.
It can be. It involves coordinating production for multiple products
Multiple products.
that share resources.
So it's like optimizing the whole production schedule.
Exactly. Taking into account all the interdependencies.
Wow.
But don't worry.
Yeah.
There are algorithms and software that can help with this.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to go back to that idea of memory.
Oh, yeah. The memory effects.
That we talked about before.
Such a powerful concept.
It is, right? Using past experiences to make better decisions in the present and future.
And it doesn't have to be super complicated,
Right.
like fractional calculus.
It could be as simple as looking at your past demand data, identifying those seasonal trends.
Or even just thinking back to those times when things went wrong.
Oh, yeah, like those disruptions.
What did you learn from those?
And how can we apply those lessons?
To be more prepared next time.
So it's like having this extra layer of intelligence,
Yeah.
informed by experience.
Like a wise old sage whispering in your ear.
Exactly. I love that. So as we've seen EOQ and SOQ, they're not just formulas.
They're a journey.
They're a journey, yeah.
A way of thinking about inventory management.
That's always evolving.
Always learning, always adapting.
So keep learning, keep exploring, and keep those supply chains flowing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's about it for our deep dive into EOQ.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has, from those basic formulas to the future of inventory management.
You've covered a lot of ground.
Hopefully our listeners have gained some valuable insights.
Some food for thought.
Some inspiration.
Maybe even a few new ideas to try out.
And as always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Until next time.